All right, so I'm not really into UFC or MMA to be honest with you. I'm not really a fan of the sport, just being honest. But waking up and taking a look at the UFC White House card and seeing highlights posted by TNT Sports. Just full disclosure here, I did not watch the full fights. I just only watched highlights. But watching the highlights, I actually liked it. You know, I liked the God, the Tapuria. Is that his name? Fuck, I think I butchered it. Tapuria versus Gaethje. I do know, I am aware of the fact that there was a back and forth between the two. Gaethje, he said that he made comments about Tapuria and saying that I'll leave you too. Referring to the divorce that he was going through, and Tapuria said that, oh, you crossed the line and whatnot. A lot of people thought Gaethje was gonna get killed in the octagon, but Gaethje caused the upset. He battered Tapuria's eyes, battered it, closed it up, and in was it after the third round, in between rounds, getting ready for the fourth, his corner was basically calling for the doctor. Now I don't watch MMA really that often, but it's very unusual. I see a corner calling for the doctor instead of the doctor coming over. Why the corner call for the doctor? So the corner called for the doctor, and yet Tapira saying that he couldn't see, which should wave the fight off, right? The doctor took a look at Tapira, and he basically did the finger test to see if he could see, and then he basically was like, "Nah, it can't happen." And then Tapira's team made up. I don't know. There was a whole big commotion, and you thought the fight would end right there, but it didn't end. But Tapira, I think, wanted to continue, so I guess they just let him go on. But yeah, the fourth round happened. Tapira putting up a gallant effort, but that eyes just getting worse, and in between rounds, they finally stop it, and Gaethje causes the upset. That was fun to watch, especially given the back and forth that was going on between the two before the fight. Now, there's also Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gahn. I'm just looking at Alex. I was just looking at Alex and I was wondering, how the hell did this man at one point be middleweight? I'm just wondering how. But highlights I watched, I guess nothing really happened in the first round, so they never showed it. But the second round, Gahn hit Alex with a big shot, hurt him, and Alex never really able to recover, and then go into the ground. And Gahn hit Alex, like Pereira, with like multiple elbows to the back of the head. And I'm sitting there thinking, is this even allowed? Elbows to the back of the head? Because I watch Muay Thai here and there, and I know in some organizations, I think Rajendam Stadium, the Rajendam fights, they allow elbows to the back of the head. But one, I'm pretty sure they don't allow that. And there's probably other organizations where they don't allow that. Maybe Thai fight don't allow that. I don't know. But he elbowed Pereira in the back of the head multiple times, with the referee Herb Dean standing right there. And because he didn't do anything, I got the impression that it was legal. Even though for a couple MMA fights I see highlights and whatnot, I've never seen a fighter do that, even if they're on the ground, even if their opponent's on the ground or not. So I thought it was unusual, but because the referee didn't do anything, I just thought, okay, maybe it's legal. But then afterwards, in the comment section, I see people saying what Garn did was really, really dirty. And I'm like, wait, what the hell? The referee was standing right there. He landed multiple elbows to the back of the head, and he didn't. Herb Dean didn't do anything. What? And Herb Dean has a reputation for being a really bad referee, but that's just what I gotta say, because I don't really watch MMA, so I'm not just gonna say more than that. But yeah, Garn proceeded to give Alex and end up going back to standing up, and Garn kept on battering Alex, and Alex just couldn't really recover. He's wobbly and he was stopped in his feet. Boom. And then you had what was it? Michael Chandler I think he won his fight. Yeah, he knocked the guy out. Was it the first round, I believe? I'm just going off memory here. And then Derek Lewis just looked absolutely horrible against the other guy he was fighting. And I'm just sitting there looking at Derek Lewis. I'm like, you're an athlete. There's no excuse for you to be looking like that at all. Like, how you an athlete, but you look like that? Like, with all the resources in the world, or at least near to, compared to at least the average person, and you still can't come in shape. That guy's stamina was horrible. Stamina was bad. But yeah, he was just getting beaten up by the other guy, and you know, he got stopped there. And then Paddy Pimblett as well. He also got his knockout victory too. But I had fun. I think I might miss one fight because there was, you know, a decent amount of highlights I had to sift through. But I had fun watching it. I really did. I didn't even really care about it prior to. I just heard a lot about it. But now that I've seen it, I actually liked it, and I never even planned to see it. Just highlights came up on my my feed, and you know, I took an interest. So that's all I gotta say.